Welcome back to Reimagining Our Faith, and we are continuing our reflection on the hymns of Lent. Blinded at the age of 6 weeks, Fanny Crosby is probably the most prolific hymn writer of all time, with over 8,000 hymns to her name. The hymn, "I Am Thine, O Lord," was written in 1875. The controlling theme of this hymn is intimacy, nearness to God. Whereas our last hymn, "When I Survey the Wondrous Cross" by Isaac Watts, Watts' contemplation of the cross culminated in a profound sense of what the cross demands of self. Fanny Crosby reveled in what the cross gave the self in form of personal testimonies. Sometimes she is seen as an over-the-top Victorian sentimentalist, but her frequent use of the first person in her hymns reveals a striking transparency and vulnerability. She bears her soul while also providing the congregation language to shape and express their collective longing. For Fanny Crosby, the cross held special appeal as a place for centering intimacy with Christ. The cross of Calvary was a place of safety. It was a place of nurture and remembrance. Throughout the poem, the speaker addresses God directly, making this poem a prayer which is a very appropriate prayer during Lent. From the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 22, "Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith." So stanza 1 begins, "I am thine, O Lord, I have heard thy voice and it told thy love to me. But I long to rise in the arms of faith and be closer drawn to thee. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. Because I have become rightly related to him through the glorious gift of the gospel, the highest priority of my life is my personal and intimate relationship with him. I am his possession. He speaks to me. He quiets me with his love. He delights in me with singing, as it says in Zephaniah chapter 3. And intimacy develops into more intimacy. And that intimacy fuels faith, and faith enables me to draw closer to him, specifically to the cross, the precious bleeding side." Well, stanza 1 transitions to stanza 2. "Consecrate me now to thy service, Lord. By the power of grace divine, let my soul look up with a steadfast hope, and my will be lost in thine." Because of the grace-giving gifts which come through an intimate relationship with him, which this speaker articulates in this first stanza, it propels me out into the lives of others. I want to become his consecrated, grace-filled, and grace-giving ambassador. And steadfast hope navigates each step of service, especially when I encounter the rough days of being sent by him. Well, the hymn continues to unfold into stanza 3. "Oh, the pure delight of a single hour that before thy throne I spend, when I kneel in prayer and with thee, my God, I commune as friend with friend." Friendship with the God of the universe cultivates habits. I get into the habit of going to him and his throne for everything. I learn to start every day in his presence. Kneeling before him, I become quiet before him. I listen to him, receiving his wisdom and direction. I rest in him and I allow him to order my steps. Communing as friend with him will determine the way I commune with others during my day. And I don't want to be involved with anything that pulls me away or distracts me from this intimacy. A Common strategy of hymn writers of the past is to shift the focus of the hymn's last stanza to eternal things or life in heaven. And Fanny Crosby is no exception. She concludes with the final stanza. There are depths of love that I cannot know till I cross the narrow sea. There are heights of joy that I may not reach till I rest in peace with Thee. Friends, there are many disappointments which we experience on this earth that we may never fully understand or receive an answer for. We may even question God's love. How could He have allowed this loss to take place? So if you're experiencing hard times that leave you physically and emotionally drained, take heart. Be encouraged by these words from the great preacher from London, Charles Spurgeon. Glory be to God for the furnace, the hammer, and the file. Heaven shall be all the more full of happiness because we have been filled with anguish here below. And earth shall be better still because of our training in the school of adversity.